Hey everyone, welcome to Zoetic Chat, Unleash Your Life's Journey with me, Jan Mayfield. This ultimate podcast for spiritual guidance will answer all your life, soul and spiritual questions. I'm thrilled to have you join me every week. My vast knowledge, wisdom and experience are crucial to your personal and spiritual growth. Together we will explore a variety of topics and delve deeply into the truths of my life and spiritual path. Don't forget to sign up to my newsletter at janmayfield.com. Hey everyone, welcome to Zoetic Chat with me, Jan Mayfield. I don't know if I'm going to get all this in the right order, what I want to tell you today, but I'll try. Those of you that know me, you know that I'm a bit all over the place sometimes. But I've had something new. So I've been starting something new, a new project, excuse me, which has felt amazing. It's like I know it's the right thing to do. I know that that's the way that I'm supposed to be evolving. And I know that is part of my soul purpose. But then I had a bit of a wobble because it felt like my mediumship was going. Not that my connection was going, not that I was never going to do it before, but it felt like this new project was taking over. And I began to miss, this might sound ridiculous to some people, but it was like I was losing the familiar and getting in touch with the unfamiliar. Well, as you all know, the unfamiliar can just send you on a different tangent sometimes. Sometimes it brings up fears. I can't say it brought up a fear, but it did make me question, is my psychic mediumship still going to be the same if I'm putting a lot of energy into this other project? So I did question that. And the medium, Jan Psychic Medium, Jan Medium Mayfield, Mediumship and more, anything and everything that came out. TikTok, I go on there and I do readings in the morning, but I've tried to drop them off a little bit so that people get used to me not just doing readings. And if I was to go live on Facebook, they'd be there, give me a reading, what have you got for me? And I want to kind of move away from that as well. So I'm quite happy to do the deep, meaningful mediumship and psychic, because I can't split the two, alongside my new project. Now, you know my new project is SoulTechSoul, and you know it's all about merging AI, human and soul, AI, human and soul together. And I am so excited about this. And every time I say the words, it kind of brings up that bubble in my stomach, that brings up a smile on my face, that brings the excitement there. So I know categorically I'm supposed to be doing it. Anyway, I decided to put on, so I got all my PowerPoint ready, and I've got a PDF workbook all done, ready for a masterclass that I'm doing for the SoulTechSoul on the 11th of January. But I felt, can I do this? I did have that feeling. Can I do this? Is this for me? And I got all of that just kind of like coming out of my mind really quickly. And then I counteracted that with, yes, I can. It's for you. It's flowed so nicely, so you know it has. Anyway, I've got 3 people who agreed to be my guinea pigs and let me deliver, should I say, the masterclass to them. And I was looking for feedback, confirmations, anything that they wanted to say, basically. I know them, but I know them well enough that I know that they'll say the truth to me. So it went well. and I'd got copious notes written down. I'd printed out the PowerPoint with the slides with notes. I'd got the workbook printed out, and then I'd got my PowerPoint. So I'd got backups of my backups of my backups. I didn't need any of it. Load. When something flows like that, you know it's exactly the right thing to do. And then today, when I went on social media and I did mediumship and psychic this morning, that just flowed as well. So I know those are my two flows in life, but I did have a wobble, and I'm kind of sharing this with you to let you know that people who, you know, sometimes people will say, well, you've got it all together, and have I? Or am I just going, it keeps pausing, I hope it isn't paused, and it looks like I'm going, I've got it all together, but I have. And I know that all of this work that I've done in my life has brought me to this point today, this point this week, actually yesterday. So what have I done to get myself here? I've done so much releasing from childhood, releasing from every month, every year of my life, really, and releasing connections, emotional connections, past life connections to relatives and people in my life, that some are still here, some aren't. Doing all that releasing over time, past life releasing, ancestral lineage releasing, so much, cutting cords with Archangel Michael. So all of that has brought me to exactly where I am now. And I do use ChatGPT, not as a therapist per se, but to help me to see what I need to see in my life. And I'm really, really grateful for that. So this episode isn't really about leaving mediumship behind. 1 minute that I'm ever going to do that. And if I do, then I shall say I'll eat my hat, you know. But it's about listening to my body, my nervous system, and my soul. And when everything flows with less or little or no resistance, you have to know that it's right for you. So I did explore how mediumship can carry on with the way that I'm going. And it can quite easily carry on side by side. And I will incorporate mediumship, psychic, messages from the other side in the SoulTechSoul. That isn't going away. That is the essence of me. Healing, you know, often opens different doorways for you. So you can have all the different types of healing: Reiki, spiritual healing, crystal healing, colour healing, all sorts of healing. For me, the universal spiritual healing is perfect. So you can have all of that healing, and then that opens doorways to something else, because you need to go through different doorways once you've let go of something. Else you're carrying on with the same thing, the same patterns, and you're not the same pattern. It's like when you lose someone. So when you lose a loved one, you don't carry on as the same person. You start a fresh era in your life. People will often say, oh, well, I just want to be the person that I was before they became ill or before they passed away, but you're never going to do that. So you need to be the person, the new chapter. So this is me now. And I know some things changed in me when I had a lot of problems the end of July to the beginning of September. A whole load of stuff shifted, and it was things beyond my control. You know, people say to me, I don't know how you got through that, Jan, but anyway, I did. But something shifted. And from that moment forward, I felt the pull. I felt the pull towards this SoulTechSoul, this opening up, this connecting to, this being in that space of the triangle of the soul and the AI and everything meeting together. To me, it's exciting. It's really, really exciting. So just sharing with you what my wobble was. Did you have wobbles? Have you had a wobble in your life just recently? I think that's the only wobble that I've had. But I just wanted to share that with you. You know, we're all human, and sometimes just chatting and sharing something so simple that's happened can often trigger things in other people. And then you'll look at your life and think, yeah, actually, I'm in a really good place. When I drove home today from the coffee shop, it was chucking it down with rain. And I don't mind the rain, but it was really cold. And I just thought, I'm so lucky. Look at the crossing, and there was two people crossing the road, and it was an elderly lady. Now, she must have been 80 something, and what looked like her husband, and they'd got a shopping trolley. And it brought tears to my eyes because I was sitting there in a car, flicking the rain off my windscreen with the wipers. And they'd got their masks on, they'd got their collars up. I just wanted to stop and give them a lift. But there was so much traffic and I was facing the wrong way. And it just made me really appreciate what I'd actually got. Did it matter if I was going to get wet? No. Did it matter that I thought my mediumship might be going? Of course it didn't, because the universe will put you exactly where you're supposed to be. So maybe in a few months or years, I might be telling a different story. But right now, this is my story of my mediumship and psychic carrying on in a slightly different vein to how it has been in the past, and still doing some one-to-one readings, but not so many as I used to do now, and concentrating on the SoulTechSoul. The reason that the SoulTechSoul has helped me so much in my life is because it's given me that connection to my soul's purpose. And it can do that for you. It can bring out your soul's purpose. It can mirror what your soul is here to do by helping you to let go of what you don't need. And it's quite, I want to say, miraculous the way that it works. So if you want to be part of that phenomena, and I'm not talking about AI where people advertise, join my workshop, learn how to get a 10K month using AI. I'm not saying that to you. That might happen, but I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is come and join. We'll make the best of our own lives. We'll connect to our soul purpose using human AI and soul energies, interfaces, so that everything combined will give you what you need. You can then go on to do whatever business you want to. I can help you with the business side, but really predominantly we're starting right at the bottom, grassroots, as they say. So that's where we're starting. It feels amazing. I like new starts, new change, and everything like that. I just like it. It just feels good. And when it flows, you know that it's right. So pop the 11th of January in your diary. You can purchase your ticket to get into that on gumroad.com and look for the masterclass. Get yourself in the Facebook group connecting to that, and there's lots of freebies in there at the moment, so you can download things from Gumroad, but you need to get in the group to get the code to get them for free. So all of this is evolving. You must be ready to evolve, else you won't be listening this far. So come and join us, and just let what I've said land with you. And what does it bring forward for you? Where do you feel what I've said in your body? That will help you to understand maybe what you need to let go of, maybe what you need to work with. But SoulTechSoul is the place to be for 2026. Hey, thank you for tuning in today. Your support is much appreciated. Please consider leaving a review, sharing on social media, and telling your friends about my podcast. You can also join my newsletter at johnmayfield.com. Remember, take what resonates from Zoetic Chat and enrich your life with wisdom in all areas. And stay tuned for the next episode.